Our praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shah. We still in Genesis. This part 2 of uh, Struggling Brothers. And it's where we left off at. We're going to pick up back up at 38, chapter verse 38. I'm sorry. Because Esau sold his birthright to Jacob, and and since these two nations or two manner of people been on the earth, there's been struggling and fighting between these two. So let's just finish up getting the edification on the brothers, and figure out why all the hating and stuff going on the way it is. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. So Esau was crying because he had sold his birthright to Jacob. So he went and asked the father, to bless him also. And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. So what he was telling him was that that your fatness is, you're going to live of the fatness of the earth, which means you're going to be all over the earth. And by the sword shalt thou live. And and he was going to live by his sword, Esau, which sword, the modern day sword is a gun. And shall serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Because you got to remember, Esau put that yoke of iron on Jacob's neck and took him into captivity. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessings wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So he was telling him that he was going to kill Jacob. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doeth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. You see? So this struggle from the womb, from the time these two manner of people became on the earth, they've been struggling and fighting amongst each other. And it's all because of birthright, and blessings that the Most High gave to Jacob. Let's jump over here, right, and read verse 28 in Genesis. It said, And Isaac called Jacob, and Isaac called Jacob and blessed him, and charged him, and said unto him, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. Yeah, so these brothers have, like I say, been fighting each other since day one. And according to the scriptures, the fighting is still going on. Nothing has really changed. Actually, it's getting worse between these two people. But the Most High blessed Jacob, and Jacob is the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. Because you got to remember, Jacob wrestled with the angel, and his name was changed to Israel. So let's just read right here. And Jacob was left. This is Genesis chapter 32 and 24. And it says, And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. So Jacob was wrestling with somebody, was wrestling with an angel, matter of fact. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint. So when his angels touched Jacob's thigh, it threw his thigh out of joint, out of socket, as he wrestled with him. And he said, "Let me go, for the day breaketh." And he said, "I will not let thee go, except thou bless me." And he said unto him, "What is thy name?" And he said, "Jacob." And he said, "Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with God and with men, and hast prevailed." And Jacob asked him and said, "Tell me, I pray thee, thy name." And he said, "Wherefore is it that thou doest ask after my name?" And he said, and he blessed him there. And Jacob called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved. And as he passed over Peniel, the sun rose upon him, and he halted upon his thigh. So uh, Jacob was kind of like walking with that limp from his thigh, from the angel touching his thigh and putting it out of place. Therefore, the children of Israel eat not of the sinew which shrank, which is upon the hollow of thy thigh, unto this day, because he touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh and the sinew that shrank. So that's kind of why, that's kind of why we walk with that hip walk. When we walk with that limp. That's that swag walk. But it's all from the beginning of time. So I wanted to share that with you guys, because we have to get the proper understanding of the scriptures. So this is part 2 of Esau and Jacob. We had to jump over to we had to jump to Romans and finish this off about Esau and Jacob, and why the fighting is pretty much among these two people. It say this is Romans chapter 9 and 11. It say, "For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, The elder shall serve the younger. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then is it not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of God that showeth mercies?" So God, he's the one who does the choosing and having the mercy on the people. So we got to just believe what the scriptures say and go with that, because a lot of times we like God don't hate, or God is just love. But as we see right here, what we just read, there's hate in the Bible, and there's hate for certain people, according to the scriptures, which is Esau, Edom. So with that being said, I'd like to wrap this one up. Remember to hit the like button, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back with the next one. Peace.